Hello. Oh. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this world. Whatever time of day, whatever place, however and wherever you are joining from. Wonderful to be with you all right now. Lovely that we can connect through this medium, the magic and miracle of technology. And yeah, super excited to be joining you this afternoon where I am in Mexico. Oh, hi Adira, I was just thinking about you. Welcome, welcome. Excuse me. I am joining you for our weekly live stream now because I will be unavailable this weekend. So instead of going live on Sunday morning or at the usual time that you see me, I am doing it now due to my schedule on Sunday, which is that I am going to be away. And so, yeah, I have shifted the live stream to be right now. Hi, Wendy. Glad you are here. I just finished my hair. It is freshly bleached and cut. Yeah, and that could be an interesting spiritual teaching because he cut it too short for my preference and what I told him I wanted. And, you know, isn't it interesting to have things like that occur that are not a big deal in the scheme of life and can still bring up energy, bring up resistance, bring up suffering if my mind chooses to latch onto it. The good thing with short hair is it grows very quickly. So that's what I always tell myself. And, you know, I just get to work with the part of me that has an opinion, has a preference. As Michael Singer always talks about, relaxing and releasing. I can feel whatever the resistance is inside of me when I look at my hair and judge it as too short. And honestly, for me, this isn't even short. But, you know, the story is that I showed him some pictures because I'm trying to grow out the top and front, and obviously he didn't do that. So, and it will grow. I did the bleach myself. I haven't done my own bleach since I was 22 years old, and I'm more than double that age now. So, hi J.E., hi Trish, great to have you. Hi Scottish Sean. Yeah, well, thank you for the compliments. And, you know, oh, I thought I had my phone off. You know, the point of the story is I had a preference. The preference was not met. I created suffering with my own thinking about the situation because I was attached to a preference and I had an expectation, right? So we could have a whole live stream on the sentence I just said. But this is where, you know, we get to work, where we get to be free. Everything on the outside is neutral. And it's all about what meaning am I making? What meaning am I attaching? What thoughts am I believing that create my suffering? And that is what I am in control over. And it is much easier when the thought starts up in the beginning before it turns into a whole huge stream of energy. It's much easier when it's just barely starting to relax and release, to work with it and be present, because the thoughts gain momentum, the story gains energy, and it's still possible, and it's just easier to discharge or diffuse it or relax around it when you handle it in the beginning. And even Michael Singer says that. So, if you are new to me, I'm Natalie, spiritual life coach and Reiki master teacher. Please give me a follow if you care to, if you don't already. And we are going to start with our session today. So we're going to be doing our traditional card reading, followed by a brief Reiki and Ancestral Clearing at the very end of the session. So if you would like to take part in any or all of the above, you are welcome. All of my replays are on my YouTube channel, so follow me there, catch the replays there. The energy healings are timeless as well, so even if you watch it at another time, you still will receive the healing energy even though it's a recording done in the past, because energy is timeless. Time is an illusion. So no, I haven't seen that, J.E. Sounds interesting. Okay, so Michael Singer from Untethered Soul is saying today in this Untethered Soul card, the purpose of spiritual evolution is to remove the blockages that cause you fear. The purpose of spiritual evolution is to remove the blockages that cause you fear. So, even going back to this silly little simple example of my hair expectation, there is a fear there, right? There is a fear underneath that drives the expectation, that drives the preference, that if it's too short, it will, quote, look bad, and then I will feel bad. And I'm afraid of judgment. I'm afraid of judgment from other people. What if it doesn't look good, whatever good is to whoever that is? Michael Singer talks about that too. If there's any other Michael Singer fans that watch him on YouTube, have you ever noticed he is always wearing the same clothes? Seriously. Have you noticed that? He always wears the same shirt. Now I imagine he hopefully has 10 or 20 of them, but they are all exactly the same. So if you haven't noticed that, you will now. And he does that because he doesn't care. It's just a clothing to put on the body. He feels fine in it. He doesn't care that other people see him wearing the same thing every day, right? Wonderful, Trish. Hi, Jody Ann. Wow, blockages of fear are taking over your life. If we were in a coaching session and I was coaching you right now, I would say up until now. So that is a qualifier that I love to use within myself and with my coaching clients. If somebody says something like, fear is taking over my life, I will say up until now, because we don't want to own that. We don't want to affirm that, right? We want to affirm that it's in the past. So a simple, powerful tweak that anybody can practice with. And I have programmed my mind automatically now. It's automatic. If I think something like, everything's gone to shit, or my hair's, never gonna, or no, that wouldn't work. But yeah, like something like, or fear's consuming my life up until now. I've always eaten too much sugar and I can't lose weight up until now. Yep, so the purpose of spiritual evolution is to remove the blockages that cause you fear. Blockages cause us fear. The blockages do, and those are also called samskaras. So happy early birthday, Trish. So I don't know when you joined in, Trish, but this live stream is today because I'm not going live on Sunday. So just for anybody that missed that part. Yep, so we will see. And okay, so that means you are a Virgo. Is that right, Trish? I'm pretty sure, because the 20th to the 23rd, it's always a guess what somebody's sign is, depending on the cusp day. So yeah, we're leaving Leo season behind. So I'm going to draw a card now from Work Your Light deck. See what advice it has. Share your voice. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Share your voice. So in our card reading last week, the card Priestess came out from this deck, and it was all about leadership and being a leader. So this theme is continuing with this card. Where are you silencing yourself? Where are you holding back your truth? Where do you need to speak up? Express yourself. Come out of the cave. Allow yourself to be seen. If you've been blocked by fear, it's time to step into the light and out of the cave. This is very clear. You may have been persecuted in this lifetime and other lifetimes, and Spirit is telling you it's safe for you to come out of the cave, speak, express. It's interesting because I am in the middle of creating my first Insight Timer course. It's an audio course called The End of Self-Gaslighting. So for the past few days, I have been busy recording my voice, speaking and sharing my voice in these recordings. So stay tuned for the publication of my first course, The End of Self-Gaslighting. It likely will be a little while because I must process it, edit it, upload it. A lot of times they will reject things. So in the near future, it will be coming. Wonderful, Jody Ann. This is perfect for you. I feel like part of this message is it's safe to come out of the cave. It's safe to speak. It's safe to express. Are there blockages around expression and speaking that are there because of fear? And I'm the perfect person, to model this with my last name. My last name, I was born Natalie Speakman. So I was born to speak in this world. Like, you can't make this shit up, as I always say. We will go to our beautiful sacred rebels next. I love this image of ancestors here. You can look at this image in two ways, either as like ancestors or like present self, higher self, and inner child. So whatever works for you. JE, I always record on my own. Insight Timer is very lenient with their free tracks. They are very strict with their premium or plus content. So the courses are all premium content, so they must be very well recorded. So right now I have a setup where I have it's not a studio, but it's a closet space that's very, very quiet. So, my newest, I do have new tracks that I recorded. I think one of them is, I didn't get to put them in yet. Let's see. Oh, okay. Insight Timer is has changed their interface. Let me see if my new premium track is here. So it's popping up on the screen. It's called Creating the Silence, a Mindless Practice. Creating the Silence, a Mindless Practice. So what I love about this meditation is we just naturally come into meditation with so many expectations on what we should be doing, what we should be thinking or not thinking, or feeling and not feeling, and doing it right or wrong. And this meditation helps to remove all of that, because all of that gets in the way of having an experience. So that was recorded in my little space, and they approved it as a premium track, so that's good news for my other tracks I've recorded. Hi, Alicia. Hi, great to see you. Hi, Denise. Wonderful, good to see you as well. And yes, I came in with this name, Speakman. So the next card from the Sacred Rebels, free from judgment, free to love. Free from judgment, free to love. So we've gotten this card fairly recently as well. It's already going along with the theme of this, right? Sharing your voice. Freeing yourself from your own judgment to share your own voice, to love yourself enough to speak up, stand up for yourself, have boundaries and speak them, being free from the chains that bind you. What are you judging yourself for? Do you feel you're too much? Or do you feel like you're not enough? To me, we always say like hate is the opposite of love. And I do agree with that. And judgment to me is also love's opposite. Because judgment cannot exist within love. Judgment is not the nature of love. Hi Kay. Yeah, this deck creator has some amazing decks. So this is a call to action for you to free yourself from self-judgment, to love yourself, to, if you're judging other people, releasing the judgment on them so you can love them. And that might mean sharing your authentic experience, sharing your voice about something, coming out of your cave. Some of you might be in relationships where you don't feel safe to speak up, and you have silenced yourself for so long, and you fit yourself into a mold, or you've performed to keep the peace or to stay safe, or all of the reasons that we do all of those things that are all very human. Spirit is calling you forth. This is a very clear message for you. It's time for you to speak up about the thing, what you know what it is. Let's take a deep breath into that. It's safe for you to come out of the cave. Let's look at the Lenormand deck with its different sorts of energies, different sorts of messages in a sense. Okay. We have tree. So this habit is deeply rooted, or has been up until now. There we go. There's that phrase in action. So you have, and we got the tree in our last reading. I remember that now. This pattern of silencing yourself has been deeply rooted from childhood, from prior lifetimes up until now. You know, you're being called to free yourself and love yourself enough to speak up for yourself and be love in action by speaking for the parts that didn't have a voice when you were young, because this always goes back to childhood. And look, a house. So this is just kind of confirming what I'm saying. This all comes from your childhood home. This has been very rooted up until now. There might have been a male figure in your life that silenced you. There may have been abuse. So that's one way that we can look at this. The other thing that's coming about this is for you to embody the masculine energy of, you know, taking action, stepping forth, and calling on that part of you so that you can speak. And you might need to say something to a masculine figure. Whatever it is that needs to be said may need to be said to a male. We have this polar bear. So again, this is saying embody that energy like a bear is strong. A bear is so strong, they are so fast, they are so fearless and sure. So you get to call on these parts of you and resource, you know, those energies that are within you. They are intrinsic within you, even if you feel like they're not. They are there. You are a powerful being. You are a beautiful, powerful, capable, sovereign being. Some of you need to be reminded of that. You get to love all parts of yourself. Something is coming to an end. So this old pattern it's ending. This pattern of silence. The pattern of silence, of shrinking, of allowing these past experiences to inform your present and your future is ending. This is the coffin card, if you can see that. It's like an Egyptian coffin. And in this deck, the coffin symbolizes endings. Oh, interesting, Jody Ann. Love that you're using the up until now. The bottom of the deck here is the book card, and in this Lenormand deck, the book means something hidden. You know, the book, because this book is closed, right? It's not open. And this is at the bottom of the deck, so it's like underneath all of this, underneath the story and the energy in this reading is the energy of that book. And to me, what that symbolizes for this reading and for you is this is all like in the subconscious. This has all been hidden in the subconscious up until now. The book is opening. You're coming out of the cave. You're feeling free from judgment, free to love. You're ending the persecution. You're ending persecution on others who harmed you. You're ending persecution on yourself. You are expressing. I feel like a lot of this for some of you is going to be about healing things from the past. Inner child healing, healing childhood wounds. And I feel like that's where a lot of this comes from. So if you are joining in and you missed the invitation in the beginning, don't forget to follow me here on Insight Timer if you'd like to. You can be notified of other live streams and other offerings as they come up. Also my YouTube, I double live stream this into there. All my replays are there. You can follow Facebook, Instagram, my website. Everything is in my Insight Timer teacher profile. I am a life coach. I help people with healing these things one-on-one. Along with, you know, helping people come out of stuckness in their life and create results and transformation for peace, joy, freedom, and happiness. I also do card readings one-on-one as well as Reiki and energy healing. So you can send me a message if you would like. I am opening up a few more spots. I turned 50 in June and I did a giveaway of 50 gifted sessions. And I'm feeling the call to offer that occasionally because it's so fun and I'm in my 50th year. So if you would like to have a gifted coaching session with me, just send me a message with the word 50 and we'll set that up. You can message me through here. Hi Jem, welcome. So we're going to be getting further messages and clarification from Light Seers Tarot. Beautiful. It's time for you to own your beautiful heart-centered feminine wisdom energy and bask in that self-loving, that self-compassion. You know, what I'm talking about here and what's coming out in the reading about using your voice, stepping out of the darkness, stepping out of the cave, will require courage and faith and trust. And nobody can do it for you. Only you have autonomy within your own body and your own actions to do it, and you don't have to do it alone. So nobody can do this for you, and you don't have to do it alone. So again, that's where support, you know, coaching with me or other, you know, there's so many wonderful forms of support in many different ways. You know, a lot of this is rooted in codependency, which is a very debilitating pattern. And I also guide people to healing from that in relationship dynamics, relationship with self, relationship with others, in navigating, showing up differently in relationships and learning to speak up, use your voice, and how to do that. You know, if you're grow up in a dysfunctional home like so many of us did, we just didn't learn these skills because our parents didn't know them. So it's something that you can learn. So, hi Lavender. You turned 60 in June, so I'm June 12th. What's yours? So you get to embody, look at her. She's just like reveling in love, reveling in herself. She has overcome this, or is overcoming this. Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of anxiety. It's a card of mental anxiety. The beautiful thing about this card is, look, she is free. She is totally free in the real world. She's looking in a mirror, and in the mirror, in her reflection of herself, she feels trapped. And this mirror represents your mind and your thinking and your perceptions and your ideas. These are thoughts. The black ravens are your thoughts that are binding you. You have autonomy. You are free. You are out here. You are being totally identified with this reality where you feel, you're believing fearful thoughts, scarcity and lack. And look how easy it would be. These are just tiny strings. She could very easily break them. She could take off her own blindfold. So this is what happens to us every day, all the time. Again, it's a human thing. And it's not wrong or bad. It's just causes suffering. We cause our own suffering. Bless our hearts. So in order to free yourself from suffering, you must disidentify from this illusion. It's an illusion. Whatever you're thinking that is not rooted in love is a fearful illusion. So you get to ground yourself back into this energy. You get to ground yourself back into the reality that you are always free. What do you want to choose to identify with? Love or fear? Oh, June 20th, Lavender. Awesome. Hi, Geraldine. Great to have you again. It's been a while. So, I just was telling this to a coaching client of mine. The only problem is you are believing your thoughts about a situation. It really is that simple. In our minds, the mind wants some fancy, it wants all the bells and whistles. It wants something fancy. It can't be that simple. It needs to be, it's my vagus nerve and I have to stick out my tongue for 40 seconds and, do the trauma release, tremors exercises and go to a cave without sound and without light for 5 days and an Aya ceremony and a trip to India. None of those things are wrong. They're not. I've done some of those things. Well, I don't know. I've been to India, but our mind wants to do the big fancy bells and whistles when you can do this right now. Let me become present in my breath and my body. Let me ground myself. Let me take one conscious breath. Let me look around and see, where am I actually? I'm in this room right here and right now. Hand on my heart. Everything's okay right now. In this moment. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. You know, your abundance is coming. Your abundance is already here. I feel like that's part of this as well. It's only the illusion that you're not abundant. I love that, Denise. So, see the treasure chest of jewels and gold. That is your true nature. That is who you are. We are caught in the illusion that we are trapped. Trapped in our bodies. Trapped in the circumstances. Yeah. They are powerful cards. Hi, Seven. And I feel like, again, you know, the Queen of Cups is a very heart chakra energy in my view. And here, see the bright golden light coming out of her heart. Too many of us, and I can put myself on the list, we are living in our head. We experience the world through our thoughts and through our thinking and through our head. And that's another thing that I help my coaching clients with, is that journey from the head to the heart. We can have all these thoughts, all these concepts, all this knowledge, and know all of these things, but if it doesn't transform into a lived experience, it's just thoughts stuck in our mind that don't do anything. So you've got to make that journey to the heart, and then that's where your abundance is. What would it look like for you to start living from your heart just a little bit more? And then we've got beautiful strength. You are so strong. You are so wise. Again, the message, you have all of this within you. You are strong and soft. You know, the lion here, the lion lays down with the lamb. The lamb is innocent. The lamb is like undefended. If a lamb is alone in the wild, it has no defenses. It is helpless. It's like a infant baby, human baby, being laid in a field somewhere. I mean, it's completely helpless. It has no defenses. So is this, the little lamb maybe a little bit more. It can probably run a little. But when this lion, which is, you know, king of the whatever, Africa, lies down with the lamb, how beautiful that is, how contradictory those energies are. You have both of these within you. You are pure innocence. You are divine innocence. And you are the fierceness of the lion, the courage. You know, she's wearing this heart necklace. So again, it goes back to the heart. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Two of Wands. So underneath, you know, other energies that are kind of informing this message are plans. You are, you know, when you ground back into the truth and reality and strength and your heart and using your voice and freeing yourself from judgment and all of these things, you're going to remember possibility. When we're in fear, we're not in possibility. It's impossible. You cannot be in possibility when you are in fear. Fear is the survival brain. Fear is the basal brain. That is the oldest part of our brain. It's only about survival. It cannot access this prefrontal cortex is like the newest part of a human brain. It's got all of the higher thought and, creativity and all of that is there. It goes offline when you're in fear. So as you heal all of this and speak up for yourself and take these actions and come from your heart, suddenly you're going to be in possibility. Look, she's got a globe, she's got a map, she's looking out the window, she's contemplating possibility and plans. So things are going to be revealed to you that weren't on your radar. They just weren't. Because it wasn't time, or your energy wasn't vibrating at the same level as the possibility. You couldn't see it. So, very powerful reading for today. We will now go into our Reiki and Ancestral Clearing part of the session. If you care to receive that, you can go ahead and settle in, settle down, close your eyes. And just take a few deeper, fuller breaths. Tune into the weight of your body as it's resting on the surface that you're on. And just feel what it's like to have a body. What is it like to inhabit this three-dimensional form? Feel the movement, the tingling, the vibration of energy, the heaviness and weight of the different parts of the body. As the Reiki is being channeled, your higher self draws it in the exact way that's best for you. So just notice it moving in, through, and around you. And just relax. Just allowing this energy to move in, through, and around you. Cleansing, purifying, nourishing, healing, balancing. I will recite an ancestral clearing prayer that you can receive if you choose. Infinite Creator, source of all that is, we love you. Thank you for loving us. We humbly ask that you open, bless, expand, lead, guide, and direct us into your perfect light, love, and life, and always, completely, now and forever, please and thank you. For all of our family members, all of our relationships, all of our ancestors, and all of their relationships, through all relevant time, space, and dimension. For all hurts, wrongs, judgments, and burdens, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual, and financial, through thought, word, or deed. Please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us completely and totally, please and thank you. For all times we abandoned or were abandoned, withheld love or had love withheld, weren't nurtured, loved, supported, and cherished. In times we didn't nurture, love, support, or cherish others. For all let down in our lives and lineages. For the times we turned our back on the Creator God in all name and form. Help us forgive all people forgive us. Help us all forgive ourselves, please and thank you. Infinite Creator, for the highest good, please lift out all weight, pain, burden, sin, death, debt, negativity, spells, hexes, curses, black magic, white magic, guilt, fear, shame, unworthiness, and limitation of all kind. Transform it into your love and let your love flow back in and through us, filling and giving us all complete peace now and forever. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Please help us love and bless each other, love and bless ourselves. Be at peace with each other and at peace with ourselves. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. If you would like to come back to a wakeful state, you can do so gently, slowly, easily. Give a word or emoji in the comments of how that was for you and what you're taking away from the session today. Don't forget to follow me here in Insight Timer. Give a donation if this was helpful. And as I said, I'm opening a couple spots for my gifted offering for my 50th year of life, which is a powerful coaching session with me. So send me a message with the word 50 here in Insight Timer or anywhere that I am to schedule that, as well as if you would like a reading with the cards or a Reiki energy ancestral clearing session. I offer those as services. I have a couple new videos here on Insight Timer. Thank you for those who have watched and reviewed. They're only 4 to 6 minutes long. Check those out. As well as I've got some new tracks. One of my new tracks that I love is Infancy Affirmations. Let's see if I can show that. Yeah. It's a 2-minute, oh no, wait. I think I don't know, it's a little bit slow. But it's inner child affirmations, but for infancy. And yeah, this is also a good one that popped up, transmuting shame in the body.